Hello everybody, I'm Arglefump. I am playing The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles on the Nintendo Switch. In this video, I'll start the second episode of Great Ace Attorney Adventures. So I was not expecting episode 1 to be 5 hours long. I was actually expecting it to be more like 50 minutes long. Well, since these are extra long cases, which is good, I love having long adventure mysteries. But since there are extra long cases, I'll have to be doing extra long videos. So from here on out, all my videos for this game will be 20 minutes long. Let's get started with episode 2. This introduces us to Sherlock Holmes, the great British detective. Only they couldn't use Sherlock Holmes in this game because that would be illegal. So they changed his name to Herlock Sholmes. But don't get me wrong, it's clearly supposed to be the exact same detective. Episode 2. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Interesting. So let's see the great detective in action. Oh, also I find it kind of interesting that they also changed the name of Dr. Watson. Now he's Dr. Wilson. So it's not just Holmes whose name was changed.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Yes, Herlock Sholmes. And he's hot. That's a surprise. It's good to have him along. He could probably solve all the mysteries for us. It won't take me very long to solve a mystery with the great detective around. Ugh, my head's throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh no, don't tell me Ryunosuke is wrapped up in another murder mystery. I don't want him to be framed for murder again. I can't move. What the? Oh no, he's being framed for murder again. Poor Ryunosuke. So he was inside the wardrobe. Okay, Ryunosuke was found inside the wardrobe. Someone was killed outside of the wardrobe. And as Sholmes pointed out, that there was a paper put on the wardrobe. Yeah, I'm not a criminal. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Wait. Ah! Susato, why'd you do it? Why did you kill him? Okay, so who did I kill? Who am I being accused of killing this time? Why am I here with you, Susato? I just met you for the first time not too long ago? Kazuma? Oh no, don't tell me Kazuma's the one who was killed. Oh no! Oh no, not my best friend! And I've been framed for the murder? Oh jeez. Oh wow, this is very dramatic. And in a way, it makes sense, because Kazuma was Japanese, so the murderer would probably try to frame the only other Japanese man on board. So it makes sense that I'd be framed, but still, this is terrible. So, he's killed in this cabin, he was bolted shut. Please, do not try to tell us you were killing him in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? Can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think that I think you did it, Ryunosuke. Isn't that kind of obvious? Why did you take his life? Answer me, please! No. No! Kazuma. It's just 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this case takes place 2 weeks after the first case. Hey, are you sure? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else can you come with England to me? Oh! What, Ryunosuke? You're a stowaway on the ship to England? Oh my gosh. Well, then this begs the question of how Susato is here. Was she also a stowaway? And wow, Ryuno fit inside that really tiny thing. Well, it takes about 50 days to sail from Japan to Great Britain. But if you stay here inside my cabin, I don't think anybody's gonna find out. Hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. And you know, I already have a question. Why is Sholmes on this particular ship from Japan to England? Like, if he was in Japan when his best friend, Dr. Wilson, was murdered, you'd think Sholmes would have shown up at the trial or done something, right? Right? Come on. Oh, no. So Susato is close friends with Kazuma? Ooh, are they, like, dating or something? I don't think she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that'd make her guilty by association. It's best if only you and I know about this. Guess so. Anyway, it's about time the steward's supposed to come up and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. Anyway, compared to hiding inside the traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yeah, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe? Then I'll be in for it. Don't worry. Tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" on this piece of paper? What? And I can stick it on the wardrobe doors once you're inside. Ah, so that explains the piece of paper on the outside of the door. And poor Ryuno has been doing this for wow, over 2 weeks. Every time somebody comes to clean the room, he hides inside the closet. Wow. We're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. But then one day, they let me out of the wardrobe, and oh my gosh, I just found my friend was killed. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not what I said. Huh? I mean, yes, okay. I did stow away on the ship, but that's my only crime. I didn't murder my best friend. No one else could have done it. The room was locked and you were inside the room. Yeah, it does look really bad for me, doesn't it? Susato-san, you got to help me. Tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There's something I'd like to ask of you, too. Oh, those eyes. Those beautiful, beautiful eyes. I mean, no, not beautiful eyes. Angry, totally destructive eyes. Ah! This nightmare's getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Okay, so I do have a question because there was a Russian word written on the floor. The victim couldn't have written that, right? I don't think Kazuma knew Russian. Anyway, let's ask about his death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? It's not just Nightmare. These handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm the killer? When they found them, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no way to get through a window, and the bolt can't be operated from outside. So, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped. Oh yeah, how did the culprit leave the room, then? Could the culprit, like, have locked the door behind them with a magnet or something? Lock the bolt? I can't think of any other way. So, putting it another way, the culprit was somebody inside the cabin. And you were the only other person in the cabin, so you look pretty guilty. Do you have some other explanation, Ryuno? Impossible. How did you die then? What happened? You're still going to pretend you're innocent, huh? Despite the circumstances? Please, Susato, you have to believe me. You're the only person I know here. Literally the only person I know. The cause of death is still undetermined. What? The great detective didn't solve the murder mystery. The doctor's examining the body, but he doesn't have any experience with autopsies or post-mortem analysis. I don't think we'll learn more until they have an expert. So that presumably means no obvious signs of external injury. Like, he was stabbed? No. Not an obvious stabbing or an obvious, like, shooting. Maybe he was poisoned, just like the previous case. Okay, about the incident. Can anyone tell me what actually happened in the cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anybody want to kill Kazuma? That's something you know the answer to, murderer. Please, could you please put this murderer stuff aside and trust me? You were in the cabin. Okay, yeah, maybe... Wait, so Ryuno's... Are you a witness? Were you asleep the whole time? Your best friend was murdered and you were asleep the whole time. Okay, well, Kazuma always woke up before dawn and did his training in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he didn't come. I could sense he wouldn't. So does that mean he was killed early this morning? I knocked, no reply. I started to become worried, so I found a crew member. We forced open the cabin door, and when we got inside... Dead Kazuma. Collapsed on the floor. Oh man. His headband, which always floated in the wind, will float no longer. And that tape shows exactly where it was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything happened. I must have been sleeping the whole time. It was early in the morning. I like to sleep in, you know? So wait. Kazuma forced Ryunosuke to sleep inside the closet all the time? Why didn't he, like, ask for a spare bed or a mattress or something? That's kind of embarrassing that Ryunosuke was sleeping in the closet wardrobe. I mean, I guess he didn't want any, like, sudden, unexpected late-night visitors to discover him, but still, the door was locked. That could have been enough to prevent... well. It is very hard to believe this situation. So I've told you everything I know. So it's my turn to ask a question. Yeah, alright. Oh, my head feels heavy. It's still throbbing. So, Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship? Naruhodo-san? You said something about being a stowaway, didn't you? Yeah, I'm afraid that's true. It's been 2 weeks since we left Japan. I've been hiding in the cabin the whole time. I had no idea. How could you have even hidden in the cabin for so long? No! Oh, come on! He knew I was here! Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He invited me. That's what he wanted to talk to me about at the end of the previous case. He wanted us to go to England together. That was the secret favor he asked of me. Why? I don't really know why he wanted me to come along. Maybe moral support? Maybe he had a feeling somebody was going to try to kill him on the journey here? So, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why do you go to extreme lengths to smuggle me to England? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? You ought to be a lawyer yourself. Well, yeah, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London's at the spearhead of cultural development. It's the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no. Hopefully I won't get arrested by the government, which is a possibility on a personal level. If you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Yeah, nothing. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. He wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought he couldn't do it without you. You know, perhaps he wanted me as a backup in case he was murdered. I don't know. It probably would be easier to change the legal system with 2 different people trying to change it, not just one. Something's still bothering me a little. look in his eyes then. It was the darkest look I've ever seen in his eyes. Like he's got some deadly secret. Susato, I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. Well, if I know Kazuma, I expect he was just trying to protect me. He didn't want me to become guilty by association. Hey, that's exactly what he said! Wow! You know him really, really well, Susato.